evening. It's an honor and a privilege to welcome you to New Egypt High School's graduation ceremony of 2020. Thank you all for coming. To start the program, I would like to call up senior Gabby Bashada. Gabby is an outstanding all-around student. She's the senior class president. She's a multi-sport athlete. She served as captain for multiple sports. And she's an incredibly well-spoken representative for this entire class. In the fall, she will be attending Stockton University and major in medical services with the goal of a career in nursing. I would like to ask all of us to please rise. I would ask you all to please remain standing while Gabby leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Thank you, Gabby. At this time, I would like to invite Monica Sempervive, our Board of Education member, to deliver the Board of Education comments. Mrs. Sempervive?
Give me a minute here. Welcome, family, friends, staff, administrators, dignitaries, and the New Egypt class of 2020. Every time we have a graduation, we always say, "You made it, you're here." But this one was a doozy because you made it, you're here. I bet back in kindergarten, you were not expecting to look like this during graduation. We could never have imagined this amid a pandemic, amid social unrest in our country. But cherish this moment with all its uniqueness, its differences. Different is good. Look around and take it all in. Observe your family and friends. Picture their faces without masks and know that they are smiling back at you. We have all heard the descriptions bestowed upon the class of 2020. You are the chosen ones. You have a greater purpose. You are born to persevere. Oprah delivered a commencement speech, and she said, even though even though there may not be pomp because of our circumstances, never has a graduating class been called to step into the future with more purpose, vision, passion, energy, and hope. Sometimes, maybe without even realizing, we tend to focus on the unfairness of a situation. It is unfair that your senior year was disrupted. It is unfair that you did not have a prom. Honestly, it's unfair that the best we could do was to have me deliver your commencement speech. But budget cuts, and I came really at a good price. So yes, it is unfair, and you have the right to wish that things had been different. It is normal to feel a sense of loss for what you wanted and what you expected. All of us deserve to be allowed our feelings, but let this not be the focus. But it sure is an eye-opener. 2020 vision, if you will. Class of 2020, welcome to the real world, because life is not fair. Learn who you are and what you value during challenging or unfair times. You are surrounded by people who support and love you, by people who have helped you get to this point today. They may not all be seated here now, but nonetheless, they deserve to be acknowledged. So, class of 2020, I ask that you take this opportunity with a round of applause to say thank you to everyone who has supported you. And in turn, I ask all of you in attendance to please show the class of 2020 that you believe in them and that you will continue to support them also with a nice round of applause. So you see, class of 2020, you are not alone. And although you are the chosen ones, you will navigate through life and you will continue to learn that you cannot get to where you are going without the help of your fellow man. You cannot get to where you are going without the support from others or from the drive, the fire that comes from within yourself. Yes, life is unfair, and life is beautiful, and life is worthwhile, and life is yours for the taking. I said I wasn't going to do this. So, September 11th, we all know where we were that day and what we were doing the minute we heard that our country was under attack. Many of us were carrying the children who sit before us now. The amazing class of 2020, they said that the world would never be the same, and they were correct, because during that time, the class of 2020 was just getting started. There will always be moments, challenges that will shape you, change you, but they will not define you. There is a great song, one of the classics, by the Rolling Stones, and in that song, a soulful message. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need. Challenges, however difficult, are what you need to propel you into what you will become. New Egypt High School class of 2020, This is your time. You can and you will do better. We don't expect anything less from you, but you are not alone. Whether the next phase of your life is to join the workforce, further your education, or to bravely serve our country, learn, grow, succeed. Rise to the challenge with humility and respect for your fellow man. Continue to make us proud. And remember, once a warrior, always a warrior. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Sempervive. I would like to call to the podium Anthony Serto, who is going to be giving our welcome address. You better hurry. You got way back there. Anthony is an outstanding person who is a perfect example of what a warrior should be. Just some of his many accomplishments in his time here include serving as a student liaison to the Board of Education. He's the president of the Business Academy and was named WOBM's Student of the Week. He plans on attending Seton Hall University in the fall, and he was accepted into that school's illustrious leadership program where he'll be studying accounting. I'm proud to introduce Anthony Serto.
Thank you, Mr. DeMarco. To the class of 2020, I implore you not to think of this departure as a goodbye. It is simply a farewell or a see you later. Hasta luego, as Miss Hughes would say. I know it may be far from now, but I am personally excited to see, hopefully each and every one of you, years from now, to see how far you have come. You may not realize it, but high school has shaped us all into the amazing people we are today. Not just any high school, specifically little old New Egypt High School. I can confidently say that I am glad I've gotten to construct a unique relationship with each and every one of you. We are all adults now, ready to tackle the real world and what it has in store for us. Whether it is being an accountant, a nurse, a mechanic, or an electrician, New Egypt High School has bred some of the most creative minds I have ever met. The accomplishments we have seen as a community over the past 4 years are owed to our staff, communal members, and the close relationships our school allows for. Most of all, it was made possible by you and your determination. We have all faced adversity, more so this year than ever, and we come out on top every time. Years from now, we will look back on 2020, a year that we will probably see in a history textbook, and realize that we were able to overcome everything that the cruel world threw at us. Because we are ready, we are, and always will be, warriors strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Well done. As you know, the class of 2020 is an exceptional group of students. Their list of colleges acceptances is impressive. You can see them on that banner behind the graduates, as is their list of trades and careers that they plan on immediately pursuing. Many of our seniors receive scholarships not only from the colleges that they chose, but also from the generosity of local community groups. These seniors were recognized for their accomplishments at our awards assembly that was held virtually on June 2nd. I would like to ask all the graduates who won awards or scholarships to stand and be recognized for their achievements. Go ahead. Please be seated. Administration, past and present, Board of Education members, Plumsted Township Committee members, Chief Maroney, our Warrior faculty who is present today, parents and guardians, family members, guests, buildings and grounds, and our custodial staff who did a phenomenal job today getting us ready. And most importantly, the class of 2020, good evening and welcome. Not to state the obvious, but today's ceremony looks a lot different than in years past. But that doesn't mean this joyous event means any less. And to your families and to you, it means that much more. In spite of the uncertainty, we made it here together at this moment. Tonight, we take a slight pause and celebrate the class of Warrior graduates that will go down in history for their grit, mettle, and determination. We made it to this point because we are a family, both direct and extended. Our family members include the graduates seated before me, their parents, guardians, teachers, paraprofessionals, Board of Education members, the many, many outside organizations and agencies, administrators, volunteers, the class advisors behind me, the Plumsted Township community members, and all the school staff that made a conscious, concerted, and organized effort to rally around this outstanding group of students. I stand before you to say that in this town, it happens without fail, in the face of long odds and uncertain times, every single time. Class of 2020, you should be proud of what you have accomplished in your 4 years here, the preparedness that you have shown for your next stage of your journey. But that preparedness was really proven over the last 4 months. You're caring, smart, tenacious, and you have an incredible opportunity and ability to persevere. As you move on, my only advice to you in this experience, and allow this experience to help you see the world differently. Because if the year 2020 has proven anything to us, the world is certainly different. Force yourselves to see people and situations from their perspectives and with empathy. Always listen and hear. Allow the last 4 months to reshape your view of the world, your perspective on what is important, the absolute need for understanding, positivity, and advocacy. Your class has already proven these important traits, and I know you will continue it on to your next endeavor. As you move on to your next stage of your journey, and in concluding, I want to tell you that my supreme hope as your principal is that you felt loved, supported, and listened to during your entire 4 years of your schooling, but especially in the last 4 months. Take that same love, respect, support, understanding, and a listening ear, and pay it forward to those who need it most. On behalf of the entire Warrior community, and on behalf of those seated before me, congratulations and best of luck in the future. Wherever you go, stay Warrior strong. Thank you. It's my distinct honor and privilege to be one of the first to publicly and proudly introduce our new superintendent of schools, Mrs. Michelle Crane. Mrs. Crane, I present to you the class of 2020 and candidates for graduation.
Graduates of the class of 2020, it has been approximately 112 days since you have all been together, and I couldn't be happier to welcome you, your families, the Board of Education members, and high school administration. Although we are all sitting 6 feet apart, we are and will remain a community long after this graduation ceremony is over. While our in-person guest list this year was limited, I'd like to recognize that there are others who are with us in spirit today. So welcome to all. I'd like to begin my remarks by sharing a story of a famous author, Stephen King. King has written 60 books, including The Shining and It, selling over 350 million copies. But one of his most famous novels Carrie, that King credits with being a game changer to his career. Ooh. I'm sorry. Why, might you ask, was this book his choice of a game changer? Well, King's Carrie, the fourth novel he wrote, was rejected 30 times, but he persisted. He was determined to publish it, and the 31st time was the charm. Carrie has since become a classic in the horror genre, has been made into movies 4 times, and changed the trajectory of King's career. What does Stephen King's career have to do with you? Well, for the last several months of your high school career, you have learned, under unique circumstances, to say the least. At a moment's notice, you were asked to pivot and attend classes remotely with limited knowledge of when or if those circumstances would revert back to our previous normal. You were asked to attend Google Meets with teachers and peers daily, and you did. You were asked to be self-directed, and you were. You needed to be flexible, and you were. We asked you to be patient and collaborative as we leaned into the new normal, just a few steps ahead of you, and you were. You put in the practice over the past 3 months words your teachers, counselors, and parents have used with you over the years. Resilience, growth mindset, goal setting, stress management, and self-awareness. We asked you to be tenacious, remember your purpose, and, like Stephen King, be persistent on the road to graduation. And you were, and here you are. What you have shown us, and more importantly yourselves, is that you can stand up to a challenge, face it, and not only move forward, but thrive. These are just a few of the many silver linings you can take away from your experience. I want you to remember how well this mindset has served you and embrace it. One thing I can promise you is that at different times in your lives, you will need to draw on this strength again. You are the class of silver linings. As you move forward, may your future be filled with opportunities to grow from them. Thank you. As the superintendent of the Plumsted Township Public Schools, I accept Mr. DeMarco's recommendation that all the students seated before us have met the requirements for high school graduation as specified by the Plumsted Township Board of Education and the great state of New Jersey. I certify that they are eligible to receive their diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the graduating class of 2020.
Thank you, Mrs. Crane. I would like to now invite 2 hardworking and caring individuals to the podium. Miss Barbara Weaver and Miss Claire Smith were class advisors to the class of 2020. They will now read the names of our graduates. If I could ask, please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Thank you. Seniors, prepare for graduation.
Row 1, please stand and remove your mask. Tyler Joseph Abate. Caitlin Michelle Albanese. Ellie Ann Alves. Kaylee Ellen Ball. Alison Marie Bavarov. Lucas Alexander Bedetto. Gabrielle Ann Basada. Sarah Marie Billings. Daniel Adam Blomgren. Ashlyn Savannah Bach. Caitlin Elizabeth Body. Erin Rose Brown. Am I good? Okay. Sarah Grace Brunner. Should I wait till they get closer to the table? Fred Stephen Carpenter. Faith Genevieve Caruso. Brianna Quesquera. Tony Chung. Drew David Cluxton. Isabella Cognata. Row 1, please put your mascot on and have a seat.
Row 2, please stand and remove your masks. Kara Decker. John Michael Devine. Aiden Vincent Dobbins. Juniper Dowell. Doyle. You're welcome.
Nice call, Dad.
Elizabeth Grace Dreyer. Christina Enos. Madison Kristen Carol Fowler.
That's my girl.
Eric Mark Gardella. Nicholas Richard Angelo Gerbervac. Rachel Elizabeth Gilman. Benjamin Martin Grokowski. Michael C. Giuliano. Matthew Spencer Hagan. Lindsay Summer Hoffman. Kayla M. Holsneck. Daniel A. Hurley. Row 2, please put your masks back on and have a seat.
Row 3, please stand and remove your masks. Clayton Scott William Ingalls. Nicholas K. Jacobus. Silverio Jimenez Garcia. Dale Walter Johnson. Haley Grace Caruzes. Robert Mark Keebler. Kristen Ann Koch. Jillian Nicole Crum. Abigail Kunkin.
That's my girl! I know her.
Christian Michael Lamu Welteroth. Brandon Walker Lees. Haley Elizabeth Letts.
Yeah!
Aaron Nicholas Lavolsi. Hannah Nicole Lombardo. Amanda Margarita Luber. Macy Victoria Madia.
Macy!
Ryan James Matthews. Theodore N. McCrone. Connor Michael McKenzie. John P. Muller. Keep going. Maya Nguyen. Mackenzie Lee Normile. Row 3, please put your mask back on and have a seat.
Row 4, please stand and remove your masks.
Yeah, Mac. Mac attack.
Jasmine Myra Oliveira. Alex Michael Pavel. Adam James Perkowski. Jacob A. Paslak. Zachary Poppy Brubaker. Brubaker. Nicholas John Puma. Michael Anthony Rakes. Bernice Yasmin Ramos. Madeline Elizabeth Reuter. Edward Tobias Reynolds. John Ronaldi Jr. Brandy Rebecca Robbins. Nikki Taylor Rosa. Enzo Antonia Rossi. Joseph Tyler Russell. Row 4. Please put your mask back on and have a seat.
Row 5, please stand and remove your mask. Selena Santana Marino. Brianna Louisa Schenker. Madeline Eve Schroeder. Haley Grace Sheets. Chelsea Corinne Seidman. Chase Michael Sempervive.
Aww. Aww.
Cameron Sky Simpson.
Go, Cam!
Robert Lester Smith III. Randy Craig Steen. Kevin Samuel Stone. Jordan Mackenzie Stryker. Anthony James Serto. Madison Mary Silvasi. Christopher Thomas. Savannah Jane Tucker.
Hey, sit.
Ryan Michael Turkuski.
That's my guy! That's my man.
Sarah Grace Weber. Haley Elizabeth Williams. Madeline Rose Wilson. Nicole Marie Winowski. Libby Whittam. Taylor Marie Wyzakowski. Norja Yilmaz. Row 5, please put your mask back on and have a seat.
I proudly present to you New Egypt High School's graduating class of 2020. Give them a hand. Congratulations, guys. At this time, I would like to invite New Egypt Warrior graduate Alison Babich to the stage to lead us in the ceremonial transferring of the tassels. Alison has had an exceptional educational career at New Egypt High School. She's a multi-sport athlete and did exceptional work in our School to Work program with our athletic trainer, Mr. Jim Sawicki. She took full advantage of that opportunity and that experience to help her move her towards her post-secondary goals. In the fall, Alison is planning on attending High Point University, and she's majoring in exercise science with the goal of being an athletic trainer. Alison?
Class of 2020, please stand. Now move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations, class of 2020. We are now Warrior graduates.
Congratulations again. This concludes our ceremony. Stay safe. We thank you all for coming, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Recessional, please. Row one. Yes, take the sign. Guys, take the signs. Guys, back in your rows. Take your signs. Row one first, please. Row one, recessional, please.